you ever need a reason to hate EA more, I got some news for you. Dragon Age creator says EA executives thought BioWare fans would eat whatever slop they were given, since the nerds in the cave would always show up for an RPG because it's an RPG. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The creators of Madden and FIFA believe those games make you a superior person when you play the foosball, the caveman ball. But if you play a RPG, you're a fucking nerd who lives in a cave. Let's read all about it. Peter Mendelsohn, I don't even know how to pronounce. How do you pronounce that shit? What the fuck? This nigga using big words.
Oleaginous.
Oleaginous? Richin. Yo, this nigga went to college. The oleaginous, I can't even pronounce. Oleaginous, right hand of Tony Blair's Labor Party in the late 90s, once remarked to a colleague that the party had no need to focus on its traditional voter base and could safely dedicate itself to chasing more affluent, middle-class conservative. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Oh, it's getting to it. Okay. 14 years of conservative party rule later, and you might think that kind of reasoning has been proven bankrupt, but only if you underestimate the powerful minds of the world's corporate executive class. It's not quite as consequential as the direction of British politics, but it turns out that EA had its own version of that thought process when I'm not gonna lie, dude, you didn't have to do that. That was you could have found a more entertaining analogy. But anyway, it's not quite as consequential of that thought process when it came to running BioWare in the 2010s, a notion that RPG fans would gobble up whatever you chuckled their way, so as long as you would plausibly call it an RPG. Instead, they thought BioWare should focus on making games that appeal to people who don't usually play RPGs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. One of the reasons why recent games released from EA are terrible, it would seem that the higher-ups at EA want your BioWare, they want the next Mass Effect to be like NBA 2K. They want the next Dragon Age to be like NHL.
Your super chat is deeply appreciated.
They want the next Star Wars Jedi game
I know I'm black,
to be
but
like
I need
fucking
a DNA
FIFA.
test to reveal if I'm Taco Fall black or just Blake Griffin black.
Shout out to Pokemon with the super chat. I'm from the Twitch chat. Just wanted to say F the YouTube chat and hit the like button. Shout out to Pokemon. Shout out to Pokemon with the super chat. So says David Gator, creator of Dragon Age setting and BioWare veteran, in a recent chat with Games Radar. EA bosses used to refer to RPG stalwarts as living in a cave. That's crazy. They'd be the nerd cave you see where the nerds live. You made an RPG and the nerds in the cave would always show up for an RPG because it was an RPG. Guys, this is why I said we need to learn the heads of these fucking publishers. Look how they're talking about you, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think Dragon Age Inquisition was as bad as like some of the reviews made it out. There were redeeming factors about it. Like, it was just an okay game. It was like a 7, right? But after seeing this, it's like the game deserves the failure, bro. Like this is crazy. They said, give me your money and also fuck you. This is what, and then EA wonders why people hate them. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, David, you might want to go into hiding after this. We need to get my man, like, wherever Alpo was hanging out before this dumbass nigga decided to go back to Harlem and get shot. We need to hide wherever Alpo's old bunker that he used to hang out in. We need to put him in witness protection, bro. Don't get banned now, Luigi. Yeah, witness protection. With EA bosses convinced that the nerd cave would spill out and its denizens to any game with BioWare on the box. So they just assumed if it had BioWare on the box, you were going to buy it. Their philosophy became, you didn't have to try and to appeal to them. You had to worry about the people who weren't in the cave, which was the audience we actually wanted, which was much larger. And this shows you how stupid they are. Because the reason that people who enjoy hardcore RPGs is because they're games that try harder than the average game, right? The reason I love Mass Effect or even Expedition 33, right, is because it's doing the polar opposite of a game like NBA 2K. It's trying to create an immersive world from somebody's imagination with its own lore and intricacies where you have to go in the database and learn about these alien races or whatever. It's that extra attention to detail, because games are all about escapism, and I think hardcore RPGs do the best job of helping you escape reality and immersing yourself into a fun, inventive world. I'm still on Expedition 33. Oh, my bad. Let me change it to just chatting. So for them to say, oh, just put BioWare on the box and they'll buy it, that's crazy. It shows you that they don't fundamentally understand why we like these games. They think, by that logic, that means that before BioWare built a pedigree, if BioWare's name was on the box, we were gonna buy it. These niggas is fucking stupid. And what I mean is, imagine a world where KOTOR doesn't exist, Mass Effect doesn't exist, Dragon Age doesn't exist, Jade Empire doesn't exist. You know, when BioWare was in their heyday, those early 2000s up to the 2010s. Imagine all those games didn't exist, and we start on the timeline where BioWare's first game is Anthem. And then after Anthem, we get Mass Effect Andromeda. And then after Mass Effect Andromeda, we get Dragon Age. According to these dumbass niggas, bruh, you would have bought the game anyway. These people are fucking stupid. It's like, yo, these are the people. It just goes to show you can have a college degree and still, some of the stupidest people I've ever met have college degrees. You can have a college degree and not have common sense. This is crazy. Are a lot of these out of touch CEOs only in their position because they know how to talk to shareholders? Who knows why they're in the positions? They might be good at the business side of things, but they clearly don't understand the art side of things. And I think the funny thing about this statement coming out right now is what Expedition 33 is doing right now. It's doing the polar opposite. Expedition 33 is made up of 30 developers from other studios who came together and wanted to make a game because of people like the CEO of EA said, you're not allowed to make this fucking game. And look what it turned out to be, a great game. And this has been my argument on the stream for the longest. These artists don't want to sit here and make Call of Duty number 69. They want to make other things. They're artists. These game developers are artists. The problem is game development is expensive, and the record label, aka the publisher, is the one that foots the bill. So then there's this constant clash of creative ideas. You have to appease the shareholders while also creating something creative for the gamers, and it can be a hard thing to balance. The ones who do it, hey, it's fucking amazing. But this is a very interesting article to show you how they fucking talk about you. They are sitting up in their boards and saying, you people are fucking stupid. You dweebs, you don't wash your ass. You wear Dragon Ball t-shirts. You sip Tang. And you're gonna eat up the 33rd Goku on Sparking Zero, which they did. Fuck EA. What's the EA stocks at? I bet you the stocks is up too because of fucking Madden. They had some of the best selling games of last year. Yeah, give them whatever. That's unfortunate, man. So, you know what I say? Since they talking like this, now that it's been revealed that they're talking like this, the next time when Jedi 3 comes out, or any RPG from fucking Electronic, or any game that's not Madden or college football, FIFA or NHL, none of the Dude Bro stuff. Watch a lot of reviews before you buy it. Don't be in a rush to buy EA games anymore. Let me be the guinea pig. Let me let you know whether or not the game works or not. They said you wear Star Wars t-shirts playing Expedition 33, you bums. Pretty much. They say that Black Okage, he wears Star Wars t-shirts. He plays Expedition 33. He's gonna buy whatever. Fuck him, bro. Don't be in a rush to buy their games, man. This is fucking crazy. Other EA news I got for you. College Football 26's cover features 2 wide receivers. The standard edition of college football 26 will feature Alabama's Ryan Williams and Ohio State's Jeremiah Smith. Two of the top.
Shadow? Get off my man Sonic's dick.
Who subbed? Did somebody sub? Oh, shout out to Pokemon with the super chat. I'm from the Twitch chat. Just want to say, fuck it. No, that was something else. What? Who donated? Shout out to whoever did. My bad. Ryan Williams and Ohio State's Jeremiah Smith, 2 of the top ranked wide receivers in the country. Both players like college football 26 and are looking to build off the success of their freshman season. You guys know who they are? Does this excite you guys? First look at the covers. little football, you know. They said if you don't look like this, you're worthless to us. These from my county. Future first round NFL draft picks. I don't know, man. Y'all said old boy's son was going first too. He fell all the way to like the last round, didn't he? That nigga got sent to Cleveland. They hated what's his name? Deion's son. They hated him so much they sent him to Cleveland. The jokes fucking write themselves. Yeah, Shador. They said you one of the best players in the world. Send him to Cleveland. Send him to Akron. Send him to Columbus, Ohio. And then drop him off in Cincinnati. Now Cincinnati got the Bengals, but anyways, that's a first look at the covers. Speaking of fresh off the heels of the EA shit, speaking of RPGs, Expedition 33 Dev has a theory on why the game is selling so well. Expedition 33 has been one of 2025's biggest successes so far, and now it's sold more than 3.3 million copies. Shout out to them. That's good depending on who you ask. I don't know. The internet changes their opinion every week. You know, 2 million for Assassin's Creed is bad. 3 million for Doom is bad, but for some reason, Expedition is good because it sold 3 million. And then some people are probably gonna make the argument, oh, it's a smaller, it doesn't matter. I thought the number was the same, 3 million. I don't know. The internet seems to move the goalposts a lot, but apparently this is good. I think it's good regardless across the board. But what contributed to the game's big success? No doubt a number of factors, including its lower price and smaller scope, according to publisher Kepler Interactive. Kepler's Matthew Honigan told GI Biz that Expedition 33 really respects the player's time. It's not a game that offers a size for the sake of size. It gives them plenty to do and it gives them plenty of satisfaction, but it isn't arbitrarily 500 hours of gameplay. Damn, just say fuck Ubisoft, bro. I'll say it for you. It's impactful because it's scoped correctly. It doesn't have any sense of bloat or extra things that they put there just to make it larger and larger. Yeah, I agree with that. The pacing is really good. It feels like I'm constantly accomplishing something when I hop on the game. Because I'm so talented, I don't know if it'll take me that long to beat it. I mean, I know y'all don't want to see me beat it really fast, but this man channeled the Are You Not Entertained energy. Yeah, no padding. Like there's like one little side boss like in every area. Other than that, it has just one thing I do like about Expedition 33 is it's not riddled with a shit ton of enemies. And if you do want to fight them over, you can rest and go do it again. But from what I noticed, like each area has like 3-4 enemies. Like I don't feel overwhelmed. That's one thing I hate about some JRPGs. When you get into the open area and you get in the grassland, every 5 seconds you're getting fucking attacked by a metapod and a caterpie. Get that shit the fuck out my face. And then if you're not getting attacked by a random metapod, some kid is jumping out the bushes and saying, hey, you want to battle me? You look tough. Man, fuck you, kids. He also went on to say he believes brevity should be more of a virtue in gaming, adding that something can be better by being shorter. I agree. One, that's a bar. For the millionth time. Because there are some people out there that believe if a game is not 3,000 hours, it's not good. This is how I know some of y'all have never created anything in your life. And it's getting worse because some of y'all are using ChatGPT to write your papers. Y'all not doing no critical thinking, bruh. If something is, I would take a 10-hour game that's a fucking masterpiece over a 100-hour game that's just okay and bloated as fuck. Because I can replay the masterpiece over and over and over and maybe even pick up something different out of it, bro. Like, you can't measure creativity off of time played in a fucking video game. And because of that, some of y'all are missing out on some of the coolest shit you will ever see. And in turn, not only are you missing out on a great time, I can't stress this enough. When you deny yourself great art, you are like, when I left the movie theater from Sinners, I felt inspired. When you watch certain things, when you listen to certain things, when you read certain things, y'all niggas don't read. But when I read certain things, like I feel inspired, like, oh, it gives me like a boost, like it gives you a different outlook on life. Like, damn, how the fuck did you do that, bruh? And from like a loving way, from like a respect way. Some of y'all niggas be hating. Dad, that nigga do that shit before me. Nah, when you got that glass half full type of mentality, that shit different, bruh. That shit different. Get the fuck off of goddamn 2K. He also said in the interview, he reacted to rising prices in gaming, saying Expedition 33's $50 price tag point might have helped the game reach more people. As the price of AAA games goes up and up, it creates an opportunity for sensibly scoped games in the $40 to $50 range, he said. Like, imagine living your life and only watching MCU movies. And I like Thunderbolts. But I didn't leave the movie theater feeling inspired. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't think anyone that played Expedition 33 would think they didn't get their money's worth out of that, he said. When the $50 price tag was announced, the company got backlash online. And what up, Indigo Ash? And the producer said because people feared Expedition 33 might be a 12-hour game with unfinished content. And look at what he's saying. We've reached a point where developers are coming out and saying, hey, we think we made a great product and we don't want to overcharge you for it. Niggas is so negative on the internet. They announced that $50 price tag. They said that shit gonna be fucking trash because I can't think for myself. No, it isn't trash. They said we got that blue magic. We finna undercut the competition. Have y'all not watched American Gangster? Flood the streets. Y'all don't hear me though. But in the end, we stuck with the price. We doubled down on it and we provided some context about the fact that it wasn't a AAA game, the developer said. In the end, it was a win-win situation because it was a way to attract more players towards the game, to have a good player satisfaction about buying the decision. It could actually end up doing more sales. So maybe players' perception can change a bit about that con. That's what some of these developers don't understand. If you are confident in your game, you truly believe you got a game of the year contender on your motherfucking hands. If every game is $70 and $80, undercut yourself, like take a little hit, drop that shit for 50, because everybody gonna see that price tag and they're gonna be like, well, why isn't everybody else doing it? And also you'll make up that money back in bulk sales. People are more inclined to try something when the barrier to entry is much lower, but you gotta believe in yourself. But that's the problem. Some of these studios don't really believe in what they make. And I mean, look at EA. They don't even know what they making. They say, we know you gonna watch it because you got we know you gonna buy these EA RPGs because you got a Star Wars shirt on. And I'm here to let you know, no, nigga, I might change the title of the stream to World War EA. Let me be the guinea pig. Don't be in a rush to buy these EA. Matter of fact, if you buy College Football 26 day one, you're fucking crazy. It's gonna be the same shit. The only difference is in College Football 26, they're going to add streamer university classes. Now Kai Cenat can throw the football. Let me stop. I'm just joking. But you get the gist of it. Yeah, we got new classes in this game. I think I saved the same article. Wait, is this unsurprisingly another game from? Oh, no, it's not. In other news, I already read this one. Expedition 33 news too. They also announced, I think this is the same interview because it's Game Biz. Yeah. Game Industry Biz. They're working on another game. They didn't give any details, but they said in this interview, the developers, the studio behind Expedition 33, they are already moving in another direction. They have a few ideas on the board, but they haven't figured out which direction they're going. But if you liked what they made with Expedition 33, shocking. It's successful. It's selling well. They have more ideas. So maybe in the next year or two, they'll probably announce a new game. So keep an eye out because this might be one of the budding new stars in the gaming industry, man. This might be one of the, and a Drewski cameo. Right. Yeah, College Football 26 is gonna have a Drewski cameo. This shit gonna be lit, bro. Nintendo news. Nintendo shares video details of new 64 features on the Switch Online. Oh, it's a video? I ain't reading this article. Fucked up. I feel like I gotta put a fedora on to wear this to watch this video, bro. Another one for the OG. If you make a mistake, easily rewind gameplay and try again. Oh, that's cool. I mean, if you're trying to like practice and be like a speedrunner, this is a useful tool. Now that right there is cheating. Especially if you're playing online. That better not be online. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You get bopped upside the head and get clapped by an Elden Ring boss. Just rewind. Birdie. Mickey, but I will be using it. CRT filter. Recreate the look of old televisions. Oh, here you go. For people who refuse to grow up, feeling really nostalgia. There you go. You could put a CRT filter on it to make it look like it's the early 2000s. It's the 90s. Fuck growing up, bro. Nintendo is really leaning into that nostalgia. They said, hey, you know this next gen console you just paid $500 for? You want to make it look old? No, nigga, what the fuck? I don't want to. I bought this shit because I don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom in fucking 720p at 7.5 frames. Why the fuck would I want a CRT filter on this shit? What the hell? The only thing Tears of the Kingdom should have been nominated, I don't care, I'm dying on this hill, bro. The only thing that game should have been nominated for is the game with the worst draw distance. You can't see nothing on the horizon, bro. The only thing you can see is shit in front of you. That's what that game should have been nominated. And the reward for game with the worst draw distance in modern gaming. Tears of the 720p. Fuck that game. PS4. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, Siggy. PS4 people can feel like they still got a PS4. The problem is they can't afford a PS5, so you know they can't afford a Switch 2. Matter of fact, they didn't even pay their internet bill, so they can't even watch this video. Somebody in my stream right now in the chat getting chewed out by their baby mama because they ain't fed the kids and they own a PS4. Get your life together. Check what each button does in the game you're replaying. Oh, okay. This is all free, right? One of the greatest games ever made, Star Fox 64. I ain't playing none of this shit, but I mean, as long as it's free, I'm not gonna complain about more shit they had. No, Nintendo, I doubt it. They probably will package it with the online subscription. That's probably what it would be. But yeah, N64 features coming. You can do the rewind. So I mean, if you suck at games, you know, you can just rewind it, no problem. Shout out to Nintendo. And then last but not least, we have an update on what's going on with the PS4 community. On today's edition of PS4 Slander, and shout out to the Dark One for tagging me. Once again, if you have a piece of unique PS4 slander, feel free to tag me on Twitter, tag me on TikTok. My DMs are open on Instagram. Anywhere you can reach me, feel free to tag me. If it's good enough, I will highlight it. Shout out to the Dark One for putting me onto this. He said, here they go. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I scrolled up and I read something from a verified account, Free Agent. He says, stop the discrimination against PS4 users. I'm like, what's he complaining about? A new trailer dropped for Mind's Eye. Now I said, this is fucking funny, dude. I said, not only are the PS4 bums, the PS4 peons on the timeline openly begging for games to come to their fucking teenager console, because that's what it is. I can't stress this enough. You have a teenager console. You have a tween, that PS4. Yeah, your PS4 is getting ready for 8th grade, 9th grade, something. I don't know. How old is the PS4 again? PS4 release date. What was it? Was it 2013, I think? Why didn't it say no fucking release date, bro? 2013. Yeah, you got a teenager. You got a teenager on your hands. They're getting ready. They're getting ready to go to high school. Okay. But the funny thing about this shit is not only are y'all begging for games on that unbathed, illiterate teenager that you got, but you're begging for bad games. Like, this is crazy. Have y'all seen the previews for Mind's Eye? This shit is dog water, bro. All the videos I watched said this game was not functional. It was glitches galore, generic third-person shooter. Like this right here, and like I thought about making a video about this shit because I feel like people throw around the word mid and trash way too much. Like this looks like a trash game. Like, I feel like we've reached a point in gaming where like game development has become so streamlined that like it's very rare that a terrible game drops. Like in the N64, I feel like the 360 PS3 era is the last era where we saw like really trash games. Like most games are either just mid or not for you. With the occasional game like this is the first game we've seen where like this shit like is straight up trash. They're saying this game is barely functional, and you're begging for it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's check out the new trailer, man. You people
introducing Mind's Eye.
It's getting cooked right now. Yeah, I know. I seen the shit.
Your story takes place.
I knew this game was sus because every trailer they kept saying, "Oh, this is made by the director of fucking Grand Theft Auto." Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even a big Grand Theft Auto fan, and I can see it. Get off Grand Theft Auto's dick. This might be the first example of gaming clout chasing that I ever seen. Get your own clout, my nigga. Make your own game. And don't say it's not possible, because Expedition 33 came out of fucking nowhere, bro. It came out of nowhere. Get your own clout, my nigga.
Place in the city of Red Rock.
Yeah, gaming glazing.
Metropolis where corporate greed and political ambition are in constant friction. In a future that's closer than we think, technology takes care of almost everything, so we don't have to.
Of course, sir.
Artificial intelligence connects every device into one all-knowing system. But you are not part of the system.
Grok.
You are Jacob Diaz. What starts out as a personal quest as you step into the lead role in a conspiracy involving criminal forces, an unchecked military.
Not paying $60 for this.
So sinister, it endangers the survival of humanity. You have expert skills, making you extremely valuable.
Stormtrooper aim,
but highly dangerous to others.
You find Diaz yet? No, still out there. When we find him, I'm the one who ends him.
Boss has a better idea. Remember that girl, the hacker?
Yeah, Robin Hood.
Yeah. Turns out she's been holed up downtown in some kind of safe house.
Can you drive?
Can you shoot?
By the way, don't be fooled by that early gameplay that they just showed. This is, from my understanding from the preview videos that I watched, this is not an open world Grand Theft Auto style game. This is a level-based game with some driving in it. But the trailers will make it look like it's open world with the driving. It's not an open world adventure. I'm still playing this. Y'all heard it here. Siggy said he's willing to waste his money on this shit.
As you're confronted with increasingly perilous situations, you must form unlikely alliances in order to survive.
Coordinates are in the GPS. Now drive!
Your talents at the wheel will be called upon as you find yourself both the hunter and hunted.
Y'all wasting money on Marathon? Who wasted money on Marathon? I ain't playing no Marathon. I've been hating on that game since I've been hating on that game since day one. Who's playing Marathon? Anybody playing that shit? The only way you will see me playing Marathon is because I got it for free. I will not be buying that game. Right. You know the main actor is Lincoln Clay. Is he really?
Explode onto your screen with a variety of unique situations to solve.
Don't give up on us.
Why he got a perm?
Involving protecting others, defending assets, and even making space in the stratosphere.
These things don't have much fuel, so be careful.
The narrator sounds disinterested. It might be AI, to be honest, the narrator.
Your journey means you must battle your way through Red Rock's sometimes extravagant, fortified.
I think the problem with this game is it looks like a generic third-person cover story-driven game from like the Xbox 360 era. But then what's wrong is if you only see this trailer, and if that interests you, that's one thing. Even if that's best case scenario, right? A 6 out of or a 7 out of 10. It's not worth $70, but all the preview videos have said the same. These trailers they're releasing are very disingenuous. Apparently, this game is broken like a motherfucker. Like it doesn't even run. So not only are you a generic 360 shooter, but then you don't run. Like,
and treacherous locations.
You can really tell that. Yeah, there's no soul to this. It feels like it's like I've seen this game when I was fucking 15.
You'll have a wide array of tools and weaponry to engage with, ranging from the conventional to the exotic. You will reactivate the Mind's Eye implant, which is fused to a companion drone allowing you a whole new perspective and a strategic advantage in reconnaissance and combat.
Matter of fact, like, look at this shit. Man, fuck this game. Let's go to YouTube. See Mr. Matty plays. Like in the first 2 minutes, he kind of breaks it down. Mr. Matty plays got to play it. He dropped the video.
Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today. Hope you're all doing absolutely excellent. Today, I'm bringing you a preview for Mind's Eye. Likely something you've been searching for a while if you have any interest on this game, because there's been very little information on it, very little gameplay on it. So I'm excited to talk to you about it here today. I guess maybe excited is not the right word now that I put that out there, and I'll get into that in a moment. But
AKA this shit trash.
let's just give a little bit of background information on why there's even interest in this game at all. Build the Rocket Boy is a brand new team behind Mind's Eye. It's led by Leslie Benzies, who is the producer behind GTA 3, San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5, LA Noire, GTA Online. So, like, yeah, a lot of Grand Theft Auto pedigree behind this. And that's part of the reason it was exciting is there was this huge void between GTA 5 and 6 where I feel like a lot of crime-based open-world games could have taken their shot to, you know, share a spot with GTA 6. Of course, that's going to come in and clean house whenever it releases, but there's still time for you to make a crime-based open-world game that fills that void, fills a need, and does really well. So Mind's Eye, especially now with the GTA 6 delay, it's kind of hit at the right time, in my opinion, especially given the mind behind it is one of, like, the originals
The
behind
lane is
just
open.
GTA at its most prominent. Build the Rocket Boy is said to be a 450 to 500 person team working full-time on the game. It's published by IO Interactive's partner division. It's launching on June 10th, and there were a lot of questions with very little answers going into this one. Very little gameplay, very little story details. Any gameplay we did see was just primarily cars blowing up, so it was like, what's going on with this? And then there was a...
Right, 4 to 500 people made this game. Expedition 33 was made by 30 people. Expedition 33 is going to do a lot of damage to the industry. Because anytime a game like this comes out, any of these AAA games with thousands of people on the team, we're going to, like, side-eye you. Like, that game, Expedition 33 is proving exactly what I've been preaching on this stream for the last 5+ years. Smaller dev teams allow for two things. First, it's going to cost the publisher less, because you don't have to hire as many people. And then second, it's going to cost the publisher less because you're allowed to make tighter, more concise games. You're not making these super big open world games, which allows people to experiment more, and it allows more creative freedom. Less is more. We don't need these 1,000-man teams, bruh. I'm tired of seeing these studio pictures where, like, you know what I'm talking about, when a game's about to come out, the studio will tweet out a picture of the team and it'd be just 1,000 people on the steps and shit. Like, bro, why are so many people here? What are y'all doing?
Seeing on Reddit Gaming Leaks and Rumors, there was a
like Doge should have ran through all these game studios for looking at all the fraud and waste. That's what they should have did.
Bit of a gameplay leak over there. People were like, well, what is happening with this game? So yeah, it was a preview. It was hands off. It was digital. And we have under a month to go now. So that
all right, so I'm on 1.2, so I'm going to repeat what did you catch that? Hold up.
There's a little bit of a gameplay leak over there, and people were like, well, what is happening with this game? So yeah, it was a preview. It was hands off. It was digital, and we have under a month to go now. So that
he got to preview the game, and it was hands off. Ladies and gentlemen, that means... You know what? The first thing I think of when it comes to hands-off previews was Sean Murray when he was previewing No Man's Sky. You remember when he went on like every late-night talk show and he wouldn't let nobody touch the controller? We found out why, nigga.
That didn't necessarily build confidence in that environment, but I wanted to go in with an open mind because the demo
obviously
was
they fixed the game,
when
but
I've
back
done these
then,
hands-off previews, like I did it for Pentiment Sticks Out of My Head, it's like a very planned presentation.
That nigga pulled up to the preview event to watch fucking YouTube footage.
Things pre-recorded. This was just showing like, hey, it works, it's real. So I saw an early game mission, I saw a late game mission, and then I also saw a new Arcadia mode, which is basically their content builder, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I could not record any of my own gameplay, so everything you are going to be seeing in this video was provided by the publisher, so it'll likely look a lot better than what I saw. And here's my
translation. What he's showing on the screen is not his gameplay. This is something they emailed to him at a later date to put in his video, so he had some gameplay to cover what he's talking about. But this is not a representation of what he saw.
General takeaway, and I know with my platform, when I say these types of things, they come with a lot of weight, but sincerely, this game needs to get delayed. I saw so many bugs in this preview, and I've been doing this half my life. Like, I've seen previews in a good state, I've seen previews in a bad state. This is up there with some of the worst I've seen, just in the terms of preparation. You could just feel the energy in the room was like, we got to go. Like, the pressure just felt real. Taking that out of the equation, all that matters for you at the end point is the quality of the game here. And I'm just going to run down a list of bugs that I saw. And by the end of the presentation, like, we swear these are all patched. You don't have to worry about any of them. But look, I have seen that song and dance before. I always remember going to my Fallout 76
Translation, he showed up to the event. They didn't let him play the game. They played the game for him, and the game didn't work. And when he said, oh, I don't know about this, they said, don't worry, we're going to patch it. Nigga, get this shit the fuck out of my face. I told you, like, the first 3 minutes, he said everything I needed to hear. If you want to watch the rest of the video, it's 16 minutes. I'll drop it in the chat. Hit him with a like. Shout out to Maddie. If you want to watch more in depth, but like that's like a little bit, just a quick summary. Big red flags, and this man Siggy's in the chat. I'm still gonna get it. No, I'm not, bro. I'm not getting my $70, bro. You are not getting my $70. That as someone who's been to a lot of preview events, I cannot stress enough to you how bad that is. I've never been to an event where I didn't get to play the fucking game. That is a giant red flag. Otherwise, why are you inviting creators out? Like, that's pretty bold of them to invite creators out to not let them play the game and just look at the shit. And then what you let them look at, it wasn't even good. Like, this is crazy. This is fucking